This dude is being arrested for killing like 4 people over a stimulus check. He's being accused of killing his girlfriend, the daughter who was 7, her brother, and the mother. Now, according to witnesses, they heard an argument. So they heard the guy Malik. They heard him yelling, basically saying, "No, you don't deserve any of this. I work, I take care of your child. You don't do anything." He offered to give him $450, but he wasn't satisfied, telling her that he was going to get that money.
What are the stimulus checks there? What, like $1,400? I think they changed it to, or something like that.
Yeah.
So he killed 4 people over $1,400. I don't know what his life is like.
This guy clearly felt that it wasn't about that at all. It was just, it's all mine. I've been taking care of everything, and that's my money. And do you remember when we started getting our CERB? And I was like, man, should I apply for CERB even though I'm working? Because I want to, because I'm working.
People out here scamming, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, to be clear, I'm not saying I understand his perspective. I'm just trying to say from anyone, man, woman, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Any person who's taking care of shit, when a little extra bread comes in, to you, that's kind of like a little, the window just cracked. You could breathe a little bit.
Right.
But that does not entitle you to that additional funds that come in. I would assume that extra money probably would go back into the home, maybe even just a little bit of like a buffer, put a little bit of money in the bank in case you understand what I'm saying?
Let's not forget that this money that everybody's getting is to not work.
It's true.
Right? I think that's the part that's being forgotten that we haven't mentioned yet. This money is to not do anything. So what does he feel that he did other than being alive to get this money?
That's what I'm saying. Like, whenever we talk about these kind of stories, we always try to dissect and understand to a certain point.
The thinking,
the thinking, and like, we can never get there. And viewing public, if it ever looks like we're struggling, it's because we are. We wouldn't murder 4 people over $1,400. You know what I mean?
Just trying to understand where the options ended. Like, what plan was that? Is that plan EF?
I'm hoping it wasn't even a letter.
That better have been later in the alphabet.
I'm hoping it would have been like plan Z99.
Add some exponents to that bitch, yeah, for real.
But yeah, man, rest in peace out to that family. Leave in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. 2 guys doing a podcast, and also 2 guys that would not murder 4 people, including a 7-year-old, over $1,400. Deuces.
I didn't know how else to bring it 1, 2, 3. I had to live with Whistle. We do. Come on, man. We do it. I want to call into your local station. I had to link with Whistle. Everybody wants to have drinks, and everybody wants to celebrate and turn up. And, I just had to see Whistle. I had to see Whistle in person. If it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be no.
So Drake, again, breaking more records. This guy has the number 1, 2, and 3 spot on Billboard.
Yeah, you sit there laughing. Like,
what the hell?
I knew this shit was.
What the hell, man? What is happening?
Part of the plan.
And
I
guess
going 1, 2, 3 was the plan, but. Yeah.
And I guess he had to see Bow Whistle, and according to Drake, if there was no Bow Wow, there's no Drake.
I was confused, so I don't know where you see the connection of how Bow Wow is connected to Drake. I don't see it. I think Drake was just doing his thing, and maybe him and Bow Wow are friends, and he just wanted to give Bow some light. But as far as Bow Wow contributing to the Drake or Bow Wow being one of the people who opened doors for people, maybe for child performers, maybe that, I'll give him that one.
I mean, Drake reps hard for the ladies, you know what I mean? And hip-hop is technically, when it comes to music, really, it's kind of aggressive. You know what I mean? It's really not soft shit. And Bow Wow came in and said, nah, I'm gonna do that. And he did that very well. So without Bow Wow kind of carving that space, like that little niche there, Fabulous did it, Mace did it, I don't know why he's giving credit to Bow Wow. Like, there's a lot of people that actually did that.
Right.
So I understand what he's saying, but certainly I wouldn't. I don't know. I understand it, but I don't understand it. Bow Wow
I see you trying to figure it out, though. I see you trying to figure it out.
Well, I mean, because Bow Wow was not the guy. Like I said, Fabulous did it and Mace did it. Those two did it very well. You know what I mean? But hey, this is just Drake giving Bow Wow his roses. But I think the bigger story is, like you said, the do-rag and that, like, charm necklace.
Listen, the man had the Rudy Doo. He had the Rudy Doo. He had the two little the Rudy Anns. The Rudy Ann. You know, Rudy, is that their name? Rudy Ann? With the Pippi Longstockings?
Yo, this is the thing, man.
And the Pippi Doo. The Pippi Doo.
Yo, when you get money and you're extremely influential, you could kind of just do what you want to do. I mean, I just want to remind you that Lil Wayne wore Uggs in a music video. Look, man, let's give Drake his roses. 1, 2, and 3. We knew what was happening.
Right.
I'm a little confused about the Bow Wow roses. But okay, that's cool. Shab Moss got a little shout out, no doubt. I'm curious to see what rapper is gonna do but it's coming. Viewing public, what are your thoughts, man? Are you surprised by the 1, 2, and 3 at the exact same time? Are you as confused as we are with the Bow Wow shout out? I am a little bit. Kind of makes sense, but it definitely doesn't make dollars. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Deuces. LeBron James is the man. I don't know how else to say it. And you could take it however you want to take it. That nigga's the man. All right?
Yeah.
He's part owner of the Boston Red Sox.
Crazy.
I
I thought it was incredible, man. Like, LeBron is on a mission to become the richest athlete of all time. That is honestly what I believe at this point, based on all the things that this man is doing. Because you look at him right now, and you see, and you heard about his lifetime deal with Nike. We know how much he's going to make by the end of his basketball career. He's still on pace to be making over 30 mil well into his 40s if he plays that long. You know what I mean? Like, just based on the way that the salaries are going. So he doesn't need to do extra shit.
No.
He doesn't. Like, he doesn't need to do all this other stuff. But he has a production company. He's doing this with HBO. He's part executive producer on movies and this all this stuff. He's part owner of this team. He's also part owner of a soccer team. I believe it's a Liverpool football team.
That's amazing. Can I ask a question? LeBron James, have we ever seen him iced out?
What do you mean iced out?
Rocking a lot of jewelry, bling. Have you ever seen him?
Oh, you mean with a bunch of jewelry on? Never really crazy, no. Like usually 1, 2.
So I bring that up because you make a great point as to what he could potentially be striving for. The richest athlete ever, which is great. But what I think he's either doing directly or indirectly is kind of showing these influential people that look like us, whether they're rappers or athletes or just entertainers, hey, when you get the opportunity to make some money, don't just spend it on bullshit. The cars are going to depreciate. The jewelry, what's that really about? Take your money and invest it. Take your money and invest it into other businesses. It's not so much about, it is, the money you're making here really can go, and then what do you got left to show for it, right? But it's just about basically creating generational wealth. Wealth and rich are two very, very different things. Japanese women no longer need the approval of their spouse for an abortion if abuse was involved. And a guy will always tell the girl, whatever you want to do, I got you. That's the line, right? Whatever you want to do. We always say that shit. Okay. But if you got raped, if you've been sexually abused, so this child's a product of that. Is this are we supposed to be surprised? How come why are they just getting there? Why are they just getting there? I would think that's normal. You got raped. You are now pregnant because of that. Why would I need the approval of my rapist whether or not I want to abort the child. Now, before we continue to spill, abortion is a very, very touchy subject, okay? And for the sake of this conversation, I'm not ready to divulge how I feel on abortion. We're talking about this specifically.
It's as simple as them feeling it's not necessarily about the rapist or the lady as much as it's about the unborn fetus and that fetus's right to life.
Right.
What sets these laws apart, I looked into it as far as Canadian law and American law, and there's different definitions of, when you can get an abortion, how far along it could be along, what is considered a fetus versus an actual baby type of thing, right? Because once it becomes an actual baby, then it has a right to life,
of course,
according to the charter, because then it becomes a human being, right? But there are some countries, Canada included, where there is no limit on when you can get an abortion. In Canada, I checked this out, you can have an abortion at any point during your pregnancy.
It's kind of crazy.
You need to.
It's kind of crazy.
Also, in Canada, you don't need the spouse's consent for abortion if you're a female. So that means even if nothing happened to you, you didn't get raped or anything, and you just feel like you don't want to have the child, regardless of how the father feels, you're allowed to go and get your abortion.
Correct. Right? Woman's right.
Right. I bring that up to give you the complete opposite side of what's happening in Japan, to show you that they both have their pros and their cons, right? Because you can see how that's unfair to the man right now. Like if I'm just a guy and the girl gets pregnant, I want to have the kid and she doesn't. She can go get an abortion and I can't do anything.
Can't say anything about it.
If anybody wants to fight me, there was a case in Quebec in 1989 that set what, Chris?
Precedence.
That's damn right. Where somebody got a girl pregnant, and his thing was that it was a potential progeny, so it had the potential to become a human, was the argument. But under the law, fetus cannot be considered a human. Under our law, fetuses are not considered a human. They gave a time for what is considered a fetus, and it didn't surpass that time, so unfortunately the guy lost.
I feel like if a woman was sexually abused, raped, and there is a pregnancy, that's the outcome. I feel like she should not need consent from her rapist whether or not she should get an abortion.
There has to be proof as well. There has to be proof. So of course there's difficulty in proving abuse, because you have to prove that person did the abuse, did the physical abuse. You know what I mean? So there's still difficulties that occur with this.
Did not say it was easy. But what I am saying is if there is a legitimate case of rape, sexual abuse, and the outcome was a child, it should be left, in my opinion, it should be left up to the person carrying that child. It should not be left up to the rapist to have a say in whether or not that child is brought into this world. But look, man, let's ask the viewing public, what are your thoughts here? Let's just put it straight up, flat out, okay? With this specifically, if a woman gets raped and the outcome of that rape is she is pregnant, should she need to get the consent of her rapist to have an abortion? I say no. Would you like to weigh in on that?
No, because I agree with that point.
Yeah. Okay. Viewing public, what are your thoughts on this? Two guys doing a podcast. Yeah, crazy. Deuces.
The fuck the hottest back? Are you dumb? The hottest back. They want to see the hype, bro. What the fuck they talking about, nigga? They know where we from. Yeah, nigga. The fuck they talking about, nigga? Talk your shit, nigga. Talk your shit.
Okay, so
the hat finally found.
Reaction. Where the fuck are they? What room? What? Where is that?
They are 100% in some apartment in Brooklyn, and I guarantee you, wherever Bobby Shmurda is, he's somewhere he shouldn't be. He's violating his parole. I guarantee that.
Right by the bathroom. You couldn't find no other room. There's no other rooms in the house, dog.
But
the living room.
But more importantly, the hat came home.
I knew this was gonna happen, man. It was the reunion everybody was waiting for. This is bigger than The Bachelor or any Bachelorette reunions, okay? Bigger than The Challenge, The Real World, all combined.
But it's funny.
I wanted to see Bobby and his hat.
It's funny because when he first came out, I was saying, what's he going to do to stay relevant? And you're like, yo, he needs to make the hat come down and everybody will be talking about it. And the hat came down.
Listen, if he waited a little bit to do this, kudos to you too, sir, for taking their time, because I would have done it immediately. I had no patience with it, so good job.
I'm happy to see the hat. I'll be more happy when I hear a record. What's going on, Bob? I'm gonna until I hear music, I'm calling him Bob. What's going on, Bob? All right, viewing public, are you happy the hat came home? I am. I'm so happy. All right, man. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Yo, Chris, we got to 200 subscribers, man. Finally. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to stop there. We have a new goal. The new goal is 500 subscribers. So what I need you to do, I need you to like these videos over here. I need you to subscribe right here, man. Two guys doing the podcast, man.